Real Madrid 6, Galatasaray 0 is how it finished at the Santiago Bernabeu. A good win for Real Madrid, who of course had their struggles at the start of this campaign. They'll be fine now to go through with PSG, beat Club Brugge 1-0. Rodrygo, very much the story, Ali. A hat-trick for the 18-year-old. Only two other 18-year-olds scored a hat-trick in the Champions League, Raul and Wayne Rooney.
You just wanted to say Raul. You love Raul.
I do love Raul.
Yeah. I got to tell you, Rodrygo was excellent. Yeah. But overall, Real Madrid, over the first 15, 20 minutes of the game, they look like Real Madrid. And Eden Hazard is taking players on. It's one of the first few times when you see Eden Hazard actually taking somebody to the outside, taking a shot with his left foot, cutting back to the inside and finding somebody in the box. There was a dynamic, explosive performance from Real Madrid at home, what you expect them to be every time that they play at Santiago Bernabeu. However, you also have to say that the opposition didn't put up much of a fight. In terms of Rodrygo, yet another talented young Brazilian that shows up and does very well. And so did Vinicius at one point. Yeah. And he's sort of kind of go by the sideway now. So what is Rodrygo going to be? The guy that actually takes that position and says, you know what, I'll play on the right-hand side. I'll be the other guy opposed to Eden Hazard while Karim Benzema plays down the middle? Or is it going to be like Vinicius that just kind of somehow got lost in the mix, and we haven't seen much of him, whether it's injury or whatever the reasons may be.
The only thing that's...
Erling Haaland scored a hat-trick, didn't he, this season?
Right.
Teenager.
Is he 18?
He's 19.
You said he's 19. You said the only two teenagers to score hat-tricks in the Champions League.
18-year-olds, I said.
You said teenagers.
18.
No, you didn't.
I said 18.
I think he might have said 18.
Yeah.
Well done, Shaq.
You said teenagers.
Somebody just told you that in your ear.
No, I remember.
They weren't listening either. The only thing this stops at Real Madrid, the only thing this stops is people asking what time Gareth Bale left the game.
Right.
Don't read anything into this, because the opposition were absolutely appalling. There's a reason Galatasaray sits 7th in the league in Turkey, right? Because they ain't the best.
But Real Madrid haven't been the best either, have they?
Galatasaray are 7th in the Turkish league, right?
Yeah, but you can only beat the opposition that's in front of you.
Which is what I said to you.
Right.
They're appalling at their standard.
Jules, we're talking about Rodrygo. Ali saying, obviously, we saw this with Vinicius Jr. Of course, great start, kind of got lost. Has Rodrygo got what it takes to become a proper player?
I mean, only time will tell, you know, because there was a time, Ali is right, that Vinicius looked like he was going to become that player, and he lost his way a little bit. And Rodrygo is still so young, still so inexperienced in European football, because he's only arrived in the summer. And, you know, all that is a great start for him. And I think Zidane has given him a lot of confidence. To have Fede Valverde playing behind him as well in the midfield three, I think has helped him a lot, to be fair too. But it's too early to say, you know, what kind of player he's going to become, even where he's going to be in a month or two. You know, will he even play for the Clásico, for example, in December? We're not sure. But what's for sure is that he's linking play with Karim Benzema, as we saw on his third goal, for example, where the assist came from Benzema. On Benzema's second goal, the assist came from Rodrygo. Clearly, they've got a great understanding already between the two, and that's very promising, obviously.
Is this the Brazilian version of the Christian Pulisic chat?
I don't think so.
Well, I've got a feeling that's what it is.
Why?
Oh, that's the way you're framing it.
I don't believe it is.
He doesn't have a lot to get excited about,
Hold on a minute. I
Daniel.
think the way Jules answered the question is exactly the way you framed it, by saying it needs time.
Right.
Right? So you've got this guy now as the next best thing.
He's just scored a hat-trick. He's 18. Only two other players have done that.
And you said teenager.
One question for you, Shaka. I haven't got the stats, but I reckon about 50% of Sergio Ramos' penalties are Panenka's.
You sure not 41%?
Why does the goalkeeper just stand there?
That's a tough ask. It's instinctive to go one way or the other, and it takes a brave goalkeeper to stand up.
Well, not if you know it's going to happen.
If it happens 50% of the time.
Is that your big takeaway for this game?
What are you shouting at me for this?
That's one of the least uninteresting things. Answer him the question, then we can move on.
I did. I'm done answering.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.